John List may not be as famous as other killers, but his story is bizarre. In 1971, he committed the chilling List family murders in New Jersey, causing fear in the community and grabbing the nation's attention. John Emil List, born on September 17, 1925, in Michigan, grew up in a strict Lutheran home. After high school, he joined the U.S. Army during World War II. Post-war, he studied at the University of Michigan, earning business and accounting degrees. In 1950, during the Korean War, List met and married Helen Morris Taylor, a widow with a daughter. They moved to California, where List worked as an accountant. Later, they settled in Kalamazoo, where List became an audit supervisor at a paper company, and they had 3 children. In 1960, List's stepdaughter Brenda got married. By 1965, he took a job as vice president at a bank in Jersey City and moved the family, including his wife, kids, and mother, to a grand mansion in Westfield. On November 9, 1971, John List, facing financial troubles and driven by extreme religious beliefs, made a horrifying decision. He waited for his kids to go to school, then used guns to kill his wife, mother, and children one by one. After the murders, he went to the bank, closed accounts, and even watched his son's soccer game before shooting him too. The chilling event showed List's disturbing detachment from his gruesome actions. In a horrifying act, List arranged his wife and children's lifeless bodies in the mansion's ballroom, then cleaned up the scene. He went on to remove his face from family photos and turned the radio to a religious station, leaving a 5-page letter on his desk addressed to his pastor. List confessed to feeling overwhelmed by what he perceived as evil in the world. Believing he was saving his family from damnation, he took their lives. The discovery of the murders came almost a month later on December 7th. Concerned neighbors, noticing lights on day and night, saw them slowly go out one by one. The unsettling truth behind the quiet suburban home unfolded, exposing a tragedy that had remained hidden. After the List family murders, John List went to Denver, changed his name to Robert Peter Clark, and worked as an accountant. He built a new life, even marrying Dolores Miller in 1985. They lived near Denver before moving to Virginia for List's accounting job. Using the alias Peter Clark, List fooled everyone, including his wife, for almost 20 years. His seemingly perfect disappearance crumbled when a TV program exposed the truth. List thought he got away with killing his family for 18 years. But then, on a TV show, they showed how he might look now. A guy who knew List recognized him and called the police. In less than 2 weeks, they caught List at his job in Richmond. After List got arrested, everyone got hooked on the grisly details of the case. Newspapers, TV shows, and true crime fans were all in. The big question was, why did he do it? In court, List spilled the beans, revealing that financial troubles hit him hard when he lost his job at a Jersey City bank. He felt humiliated and desperate to hide it from his family. So, instead of going to work, he faked it, going to job interviews or reading newspapers at the train station, all to keep up appearances. To dodge debt collectors, List kept using money from his mother's accounts. The family's money problems worsened, so List had his kids get jobs to teach them responsibility. His wife, Helen, had hidden syphilis and alcohol issues for years. By 1969, her health was a mess, turning her into a troubled recluse who publicly embarrassed List. During John List's trial, a psychiatrist diagnosed him with obsessive-compulsive personality disorder. List believed he had only 2 choices for his struggling family: go on welfare or commit a horrific act to send them to heaven. He strongly refused welfare, influenced by his father's teachings about traditional gender roles and a real man's duty to provide for his family. Accepting welfare felt like betraying these ideals and bringing shame to the family. During his trial, John List tried to avoid conviction by saying his military service caused stress, affecting his judgment. He also argued that the confession letter he left should be private as a message to his pastor. However, the court rejected these claims. In 1990, List was found guilty of murdering his family, getting 5 life sentences. He stayed in prison until he died in 2008 from pneumonia. List's careful planning and emotionless execution, along with his ability to avoid capture for almost 20 years, highlight the dark side of humanity and the mysteries of criminal behavior. Subscribe for more, and check out these recommended videos on your screen now. Until next time, stay awesome.